Fuckity fuckity fuckaroo.
Actually starting on that.
Yeah, why not? Peacole's a very good YouTuber, but
Hello everyone, we're back with the Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Justice for All, by
Jesus,
the way.
Jesus Christ, how long has it been since we last
At
did?
least 2 weeks.
No, the last time I loaded this game was in July 16th. So yeah,
As I said, at least 2 weeks.
Jesus Christ. Anyways, oh shit, this part again.
Yep.
Cockroach Hunt. How did I get into this mess?
You can't live forever, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
What have I done wrong?
I cannot allow you to show this one.
But I'm just a simple defense attorney.
Silence! You are no longer identifiable.
I would also like to point out that in one sense that you were reading, it cut out. I had this dream before, someplace, some time ago. If this day was written into my destiny. Today I'll stand in court as a lawyer to prove a killer innocent. Alright. My phone's ringing. Beep. Hello? This is Phoenix Wright.
You don't look so well, dude. You're gonna prove me not guilty today, right?
Click.
If you please, Mr. Lawyer. Remember, it's not just me. Our precious friend's life is riding onto this too.
Now listen up. You better get Ingard a guilty sentence, okay? If you get that creepy slime bag of not guilty, I'll never forgive you ever.
Maya.
That's you.
Phoenix. Phoenix. Oh, it's Maya. I didn't even know who was here.
I knew it was me.
Ah,
That's why
damn.
I said it's you.
Oh, shit. I didn't know who it was. Mia. Maya. How's Maya? I don't know. You don't know? How the hell do you don't know? She hasn't tried to channel me since yesterday. Mia, what am I supposed to do? Well, like I said, for a lawyer, the worst of the times when you're about to have to force your biggest smiles. But, you can't give up. Is there some hope left? Then please stop staring at my butt. Stop it, please. There's nothing left. Not here, not anywhere. I'm shooting blanks right now. Oh. Is that a Kirsten and Garden? Would you leave me alone? Look, don't call me anymore. Okay, I mean it. You're really mean, pal. Gumshoe, I'm really, really sorry. Where are you? They let me enjoy the investigation team and we're chasing after the killer, pal. Then you have some sort of lead? Sorry, but right now we have got 0 leads on the guy. But we're not going to give up. Gumshoe. Until the trial is over, until the verdict is handed down, we're going to do everything we can to find the killer. If we can get Maya out, then you can get Ingar to hit the guilty verdict he deserves, pal. That's true. I could do that if they found Maya first. You got that? So, you have to do whatever you can to make the trial last longer. I have to make the trial last longer? If you go at Mr. Edgeworth with everything you got, then you too can draw it out. Oh, now I get it. I believe in you, pal. You and Mr. Edgeworth can do it. So, believe in us. We're going to give it all we got, just like you. Got it. Thanks, Gumshoe. Hey, Phoenix. You understand now, don't you? You have something money will never be able to buy. Friendship. It's the strongest weapon in the world, and you have an abundance. Yeah!
Friendship. Friendship? Again?
Friendship is magic. Looks like we're coming to the end. I have to make the trial last as long as I can. Gumshoe will come through. I know it. Because we can always depend on Gumshoe.
Of course. I don't see the problem with that.
Oh yeah, but I forgot to mention this before the video started. Bear with me, everybody, as I'm a little under the weather, so my voice is a little shot. And yeah, it sucks being sick, but I decided to record today. Oh yes, haven't done this voice in a long ass time. The court is now in session for the trial of Madden Guard. The defense is ready, Your Honor.
The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor.
Well, excuse me, you smug ass. Now, as I recall, we concluded yesterday's session with a big mystery on our hands. The mystery being what Miss Adrian Andrews' role in this murder, Miss Samus' role in this murder. That is to say, is she really connected to the crime itself? Mr. Edgeworth, if you would please inform the court of today's proceedings.
Adrian Andrews, because that's her name. She forged evidence that threw suspicion onto Mr. Engard, and then proceeded to escape the crime scene by wearing a nickel samurai costume. The guilt of these actions are those for which she cannot escape.
Then you're saying that she is guilty after all.
I'm not finished, Your Honor. Miss Andrews has nothing to do with committing the actual murder. I would like to direct the court's attention to this card.
What is that? It looks like a show.
This is the calling card of a certain assassin.
Assassin, you say?
Yes, Yuan Corrida was killed by a professional assassin, and the person who hired the assassin, his client so to speak, is Madden Guard.
Really jumping the gun here. What a surprising turn of events.
I would think it's become commonplace by now, Your Honor.
I know what's going on this time, so I know that everything Edgeworth has said is true. But we still have to hold out as long as we can, at least until Maya is safe and sound. I wonder how the trial will turn out today. Now then, please call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth.
The prosecution called the defendant's mentor, Mr. Will Powers, to the stand.
Oh hey, Mr. Will Powers.
Now then, witness, your name and occupation, please. Oh, it's been a while for me for doing this voice. Oh, okay. I'm, Will Powers. I'm a poor, underpaid action star. And what is your relation to the defendant? Well, that's... I guess I'm sort of a lousy mentor to him in a way. Yeah.
Oh, Mr. Powers, please, you don't need to put yourself down so much.
Oh, sorry. Well, and I'm just kind of a nothing sort of guy. On the night of the murder, you visited the defendant's room. Is this correct? Yes.
I didn't know that.
What you know, I didn't actually get to see Matt when I went. All you need to do is answer what you were asked. So then, I would like you to please testify about when you went to Mr. Angard's room. Oh, okay, sure.
Alright, visit to Matt's room.
After the award ceremony, I went by myself to Matt's room. Matt was standing there in front of his room, still in his nickel samurai costume. He was talking with someone. At first, I thought it was the bellboy. I watched the two of them for a while, but then I gave up and went back. I guess with me that night, and I couldn't make them wait for me.
Nothing sounds off the place of Mr. Powers' testimony. Talking about the bellboy is no big deal.
If one assumes that the person Mr. Ingard was speaking with was an ordinary bellboy.
What are you implying?
Well, Mr. Wright, let's have your cross-examination, shall we?
Looks like we're in another sticky situation, and looks like I am too. Huh? A trap. Can you smell it, Phoenix? Yeah, I can smell it from here. Pheromones are kicking in. It's a high gear. But for us to find out more, we're just gonna have to charge and head first, right? Charge and head first, indeed. Charge! Poke.
I don't even know what to say.
It's been that kind of day.
It's been one of those days.
Ah, damn it, Mario. Hold it.
Come on, Luigi.
At first, what do you mean by that?
Well, he was in a bellboyish uniform, and he had a tray of bottle of juice.
Sounds
I'm
like
sticking with that sentence.
Nah, not a problem. Sounds like an ordinary bellboy to me.
Yeah, but I didn't think he was a normal bellboy.
And why is that?
Why did I think that, Mr. Wright?
How am I supposed to know?
Sorry, but I can't remember right now. Sorry.
I guess I'm gonna have to wait patiently on this one. Yeah, this, if I remember correctly, this statement, you have to do it twice. Because he changes it up. Spoilers. He saw the two of them, the bellboy and the defendant together, correct?
Yeah, the bellboy just wanted to say congrats.
Now, while you were watching the two of them, did you notice anything strange?
Well, you know, I did feel something weird. I think it was because Matt, well, he gave the bellboy a tip.
A tip? Well, that's a perfectly normal thing to do. So, how long did you watch the two of them?
Not more than a minute or two, I think. Yeah, now I think you can go and press the other statement from earlier.
Oh, whoops. So, who are these guests you're talking about?
You guys, of course. You and Maya and Little Pearl. I thought it would be really rude since I invited you guys if I disappeared on you. So I went back to my seat pretty soon after seeing Matt in the hallway.
This is like squeezing water from a stone. It's probably pointless to press further. Do you remember this incident? Did Mr. Powers leave his seat that night? I don't remember that happening at all. Maya was making such a racket in her hyper state. I ended up focusing on her. I see. In any case, from his story, he probably wasn't gone for very long. Alright, so let's press that statement again. This one here. At first, what do you mean by that?
I didn't think it was a normal bellboy. I'm gonna talk faster because we've already said all of this.
And what was that?
Why did I think that, Mr. Wright?
How am I supposed to know? Hey, wait a second. Actually, Mr. Powers, only a few minutes ago you stated.
You know, I did feel something weird. I think it was because Matt, well, he gave the bellboy a tip.
Could it be that you felt something strange about the tip-giving incident itself?
Ah, yeah, that's it. You really know your job.
Mr. Edgeworth,
Yes, Your Honor?
the spellboy. He wasn't an ordinary one, was he?
Perhaps we should let the witness tell us.
Very well. Miss Powers, please amend your testimony.
You mean about the bellboy, right?
Hmm.
Matt gave the bellboy a tip.
You better get a tip, alright. So you gave the bellboy a tip. What's so strange about that?
Well, you see, Matt's not a poor penny pincher like me. I was trying to figure out how much it was because the tip really shocked me.
How much it was?
But that's when something even more surprising happened.
Hmm.
The bellboy was putting the tip he got in his pocket. And that's when I got my first good look at the guy's face. I was really shocked.
I'm afraid I don't follow at all. It sounds like Mr. Powers was surprised twice by the event. I wonder which of his shocking moments should I ask about. Should I ask about the tip? Slam? The defendant is a huge star. He can afford to give generous tips, wouldn't you agree?
Sure. But giving him that much was maybe a little too much, I think.
A little too much?
Would you please clarify for the court? About how much would you say the defendant gave to the bellboy? Honestly, I don't know. I can't even begin to guess.
And why is that?
Because he gave the bellboy a really, really fat roll of cash.
A roll of cash? Oh, well, how interesting. That certainly was a very generous tip, wasn't it?
A very fat roll of cash. That can hardly be called a tip, Your Honor.
The judge is beginning to look awfully suspicious of us. Yeah, wait and see. Hell no. Raise an objection. The defendant is a superstar. That kind of tip is typical fare for people like him.
Are you saying that all superstars are super spenders? If I could receive large rolls of cash by simply bringing people things on trays, then why on earth would I stand around here prosecuting?
He's got a point. I don't even get paid, let alone rolls of cash for my hard work. So supposing that roll of cash was not a tip, then what was it?
Payment, Your Honor.
Payment?
Isn't it obvious? For the murder of Mr. Yuan Corrida.
Then the bellboy was the witness saw.
Yes, he was the assassin.
Hold your horses now. Mr. Edgeworth, you don't have any proof of this, do you?
Have I ever been unprepared to support my claims, Your Honor? I have here the card Shelley the killer left at the scene of the crime.
Shelley? The killer?
He is the person the police's special investigation team has been chasing for ages.
Slam.
I'm certain that the person the witness saw was this very assassin, Shelley the killer. Really?
What's wrong, Mr. Powers?
No, nothing. Something just clicked in my head and I think I just figured something out.
Oh?
Actually, I saw that bellboy again later on that night.
What? What? Mr. Powers, please testify. Tell us what you saw.
Yes, sir. Right away.
Jesus Christ.
This time, I was in that hallway because I had to go to the bathroom.
Ding!
And that's when that bellboy I saw earlier came out of the room. Of course, when I say room, I mean you and Corrida's room. Now that I think about it, that bellboy did seem kinda out of place. Yeah, so he had to be the assassin. I'm sure of it. I mean... Thank you very much. That is all we need for now. Huh? But I'm not done. There's still more. Let us first establish that the bellboy was truly Mr. the Killer. Then we shall see.
So the bellboy came out of the victim's room. And if that bellboy really was the assassin, then I think the answer is fairly obvious.
That would be correct, Your Honor. Well, Mr. Wright, I believe it's your turn to entertain and make us laugh.
This is no laughing matter. My sister's neck is on the line. Phoenix, you better get this right. Ugh.
You good, Mr. Wright.
And what time was it?
Well, I don't remember. The award ceremony ended around 8 p.m., right? And I went to Matt's room pretty soon after that, and then I came back. And then I went to the bathroom.
Ding.
So I guess maybe it was around 8:10 p.m. by that time?
You're not one for details, are you, Mr. Powers?
Sorry. I thought I could maybe catch Matt and say my congrats.
Press. Hold it. Are you sure it was the same bellboy?
Yeah.
And how could you tell? All those bellboys wear the same uniform after all.
But you see, well, he had those stitches in his face. Well, I'm sure it's the same guy that was talking with Matt. So, which room did the bellboy came out of?
Hold it.
Of course, when I say room, I mean The Room by Tommy Wiseau.
I did not kill him. I did not. The victim's room, huh?
Yeah, the one with all the really pretty flowers and teddy bears. It was Yuan's room, alright.
Words cannot describe how screwed I am.
Let's continue with this testimony, shall we?
So what exactly was so out of place about him?
Right. Why the insipid grin?
Maybe because I have no idea what damaging thing he's going to say next.
Well, the bellboy was empty-handed.
Empty-handed?
That bellboy was one of those room service people, right? But he wasn't pushing a cart and he wasn't holding a tray either. You'd call that a little strange too, wouldn't you?
I agree that it is a little bit strange, Mr. Powers. But is it really that unusual for a bellboy to be empty-handed? What should I do? Should I let Mr. Powers' testimony slide, or try to pull a fast one? Slam? There is nothing strange or unusual about the empty-handed bellboy.
But there really is.
There really isn't.
If you do adopt school children, bellboy are for room service. There is no reason for them to be empty-handed ever. Your Honor, I ask that the witness' previous statement be supplanted with this new one.
Edgeworth, are you going to do whatever you can to make the bellboy look suspicious? I see. Very well. This court recognizes and grants the prosecution's request. Mr. Powers, if you could amend your testimony, please.
Yes, sir. I thought it was kinda strange for a bellboy to come out of a guest room empty-handed.
Hold it. So you're saying that it's suspicious for him to be empty-handed?
Yeah, really suspicious. I mean, when I first saw that bellboy, he was holding a tray in his hand, and there was a bottle of juice and a wine glass on it.
Juice? What kind of juice was it?
I'm pretty sure it was tomato juice.
If we could come up with some sort of reason as to why he would come out empty-handed, some sort of proof, Then I think we can dodge the bullet on this one for now. Proof, huh? Sounds like another job for the court record. It's empty-handed. Look at the wine glass. Yeah. Objection! Mr. Powers,
Yes?
you're easily influenced by other people's words, aren't you? As soon as you heard that bellboy might have been the killer, you got caught up in believing it must be true.
But, isn't he really suspicious? He's got all those stitches, and...
Slam. So, a baseball has stitches. Are you saying that all baseballs are suspicious because they have stitches?
Yeah. Well, there's also... I mean, what about him being empty-handed?
I would like to ask the court to please take a look here. This is the crime scene. There's a wine glass sitting next to Mr. Karaita's body. The liquid inside in this glass is tomato juice. And now, if you would look at what is on the top of the table in the lower right corner here. And we could clearly see that it was a tray with a bottle of tomato juice on it. Slam. The bellboy had just brought this to Mr. Karaita's room. He left the tray in the room, which is why he was empty-handed when he left.
Yeah.
But that would mean that the bellboy had seen and left the dead body in the room. Ah, but can you prove that Mr. Karaita was already dead at the time? Mr. Edgeworth.
Yes.
But I blame you for leading me down this road.
I'm terribly sorry.
What is with him? Why is he laughing?
Witness, isn't there one more thing you would like to share with us? Is there? The bellboy was empty-handed. Or should I say, empty and head? I recall you had something interesting to say about these hands. Oh yeah, I almost forgot.
Huh? What?
That bellboy, he was wearing gloves.
Gloves?
Yeah, pitch black leather ones. All the other bellboys don't wear gloves like that, right?
Black leather gloves? Why didn't you mention them earlier?
Sorry, it slipped my mind.
Ugh, does this make the bellboy look really suspicious? Alright, got to focus. Can't lax here. Slam. So what if he had gloves? A lot of bellboys wear gloves.
Come on, Mr. Wright. That bellboy was lending black leather ones.
Slam. So, football is made of leather. Are you going to say all footballs are suspicious because they're made of leather? But that man, he received a large roll of cash from the defendant. And then he was seen leaving the crime scene wearing black leather gloves. I don't think that's even someone like myself can believe that he was just another bellboy. Ugh.
It seems that we've finally come to an understanding. Now then, witness, please continue with the rest of your testimony.
The rest? Oh yes, please tell us more.
Okay. After leaving Yuan's room, the bellboy went and knocked on Mad's door just like that. He gave something to the person inside the room. By time it was so, then the old guy just left without even going into the room. After that, I went to the bathroom and then back to my seat.
So the bellboy, after leaving the crime scene, went to the defendant's room?
Yeah, I kinda saw all that by accident.
Some accident. I'd say you saw too much, and all of it was suspicious to high heaven. I think it's safe to say that we can no longer consider this bellboy to be normal. Now then, let's get started, shall we? Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. Yes, Your Honor. Oh boy.
This is going so well.
It's going so well, yes. What is this something? Slam. I said hold it.
Okay.
That's better. Ahem. What kind of statement is that? Please elaborate and give us a few more details.
No, okay.
I should probably ask him only one question at a time. Let's ask him about this something. You gave something to this person?
Yeah.
Yeah, what was this something?
If I remembered what it was, I wouldn't be calling it a something, would I?
But this implies that something was removed from the scene of the crime. Are you sure you really can't remember, Mr. Powers?
I think it was something kinda small. This is an incredibly crucial piece of information. Please, try to remember what it was. I'll try. In the meantime, let's talk of another point, namely, what the bellboy did next. Oh, so after he gave the person inside the room the thing,
Let's...
I think maybe you were supposed to ask about the person inside first.
Oops. Is that what you saw while you're busy spying?
Excuse me? I may be a poor, underpaid action star, but even I wouldn't stoop to spying.
Well, I think the point is, where did you watch all this from, Mr. Powers?
Oh, from the door of the bathroom with my left eye in a sort of sneaky twilight.
I knew he was spying.
Please, does it really matter if he was doing it over or underhandedly? What did the bellboy do next? That's all I care to know.
I should ask that question again. We're skipping this, because it's the same. The person inside. So who took this something from the bellboy handed off?
Actually, I don't know.
What do you mean?
I'm sorry, but I only saw the person's arm.
Only an arm? Then you're saying that you didn't see the person's face.
Yeah. I would like to summarize the testimony up to this point, if you don't mind. When the bellboy left the crime scene, he immediately went to the defendant's room. There, he handed a small item of some sort to the person inside. As for the person who received the item, all he could see was the person's arm. Yes, it was just like that.
Mr. Edgeworth, is this all really that important?
Of course, Your Honor. I think this is of the utmost importance. This is when whatever was removed from the crime scene was handed over to the client.
Mr. Powers, please try to remember what it was that the bellboy handed off.
Well, I think it was... no.
If you remember, please add it to your testimony.
Yes, sir. If I saw it again, I could say for sure, but I think it was some sort of wooden stack.
This thing.
Mm-hmm.
Objection.
What was the point of that pregnant pause?
Where did that objection come from? Well, speak up. It was me, Your Honor. What is it, Phoenix? I have a feeling that something bad is going to happen once I show this. Mr. Wright, if you have something to say, please spit it out. Yes, Your Honor. Okay, Phoenix, deep breath. Mr. Powers, there's something you saw. Was it this item?
Oh, hey, that's it. That's the something. Oh, Mr. Wright, you really figured it out. I recall we found this at Matingar's mansion.
At the defendant's house? What does this mean?
It's simple, Your Honor. Shelley the killer assassinated Johan Corrida in his room. And then he stole this wooden bear from the scene of the crime.
Then the bear being found at Mr. Ingardi's mansion would mean...
It goes without saying, Your Honor. Mr. Matingard is the killer's client.
Order, order, order! I said order! Mr. Wright, this is the most unfortunate turn of events for you. Yeah. Sorry, Mia. No, it's alright. Your judgment was sound. Actually, I figured the bear would come up. If not now, then it would have later on. Even if it hadn't shown into the court, I'm sure your friend Edgewood would have. Almost forgot he knew about it too. I think this is clear that there is no need for us to continue this trial. I can't let this happen. I have to do something. There has to be something we overlooked. Slam. Your Honor, a minute, please? Yes, Mr. Wright. There are still a few points left that we have not fully explored.
What are you trying to pull?
Your leg. Well, we can have that. Alright, Mr. Wright. What question or point would you like to explore further? The bear itself. I think it's fairly obvious that the bear itself is very questionable. The bear, Mr. Wright. This was found in Mr. Engardi's mansion. However, Mr. Engardi was arrested at the hotel that night, which means that since the murder occurred, he has not had a chance to go home. Oh, I think Your Honor has already figured out what I'm trying to say. It is not possible that it was Mr. Engardi who took this bear to this mansion. But why? That's very true. We didn't consider that point, Mr. Wright. There was no way, time-wise, for the defendant to have taken this bear home. Phew, disaster averted that... God damn it.
You haven't gotten the best of me yet, Mr. Wright.
Huh?
I remember it clear as day. I remember what you muttered to yourself at Dengar's mansion. We have this area completely surrounded. There is no way for him to escape.
I can't believe it. That butler. All this time he was the killer.
The killer and Engard were working together, so to speak. And the killer was hiding at Engard's mansion as its butler.
What a bold move.
The bear figurine was brought back to the Engard mansion by the killer himself. When it looked like he was about to be arrested, Engard had him do so. I assume because it would have been bad had the police found it during their investigation. Well, Mr. Wright, you've been quiet for a while now.
This is too much. Isn't there anything I can't attack at all? I have to try. I have to find something else. What would you do now, Mr. Wright? Do you plan to... I plan to expose a very clearly shaky place in Mr. Powers' testimony. What? Is there still another one? Slam. There is indeed, Your Honor, and it's quite a questionable point.
What are you trying to pull?
Your leg.
Again?
Oh, well, we can have that. Alright, Mr. Wright. What questionable point would you like to explore further? The person who received the bear. There was one thing in Mr. Powers' testimony was very unclear. That is the identity of the person who received the bear.
He gave something to the person inside the room. I'm sorry, but I only saw the person's arm.
As long as we don't know who was that took the bear. Slam, we couldn't be sure of... Hmm? What is it, Mr. Powers? Are you going to scream like that? Then please leave. At least give us a good reason why.
Oh yeah, sorry. Actually, so I remembered. I remembered we took the bear.
What? Really?
I mean, I only saw his arm, but the arm, it was the Nickel Samurai's arm. I swear it.
You gotta be kidding!
Are you sure of that, Mr. Powers? Yeah, I'm sure it was the Nickel Samurai.
Order. It looks like you've dug your own grave yet again. How many times is that today? I lost count.
So the person who took his little bear was the Nickel Samurai. And as we all know, Matingard is the Nickel Samurai.
Thanks to the defense, we've made all that clear. I think we've heard enough. We now know why this bear figurine was at the defendant's mansion. As well who was that received the bear from the assassin in this room. Everything has become very clear. That the client who was hired the assassin to commit the murder was Mr. Madangard. I see no reason for this trial to continue, therefore I want to hand down my verdict.
Thank you, Your Honor, for your understanding. You see, Mr. Wright? You could not win against the truth, could you?
I knew it. I knew it would turn out like this way. After all, what Edgeworth has stated is the truth. Any other last objections, Mr. Wright? Well, do I? What should I do? Yeah, let's hear the verdict. I will now inverse my objection. There's only one way for me to drag this trial out. The only one thing I have is one dirty trick. Your Honor, right now, we have these two reasons to believe my client is a client of the assassin. Reason number one, he accepted the bear figurine from the assassin. Reason number two, that very same figurine was found in the guarded mansion. However, Slam, it is possible that this is all the work of a certain other person. What do you say? What I'm saying is, it's possible that a different person is the killer's real client. The real client? Yes.
Is this all you have?
Now then, Mr. Wright, let's hear your theory. Who do you say is the real client of the killer? Therefore, the real murderer? It's, oops. My bad.
It's not, but we don't have a choice if we want to drag this further.
Right. Adrian Andrews? Yes, we already know that she tried to frame Madangard for the crime by wearing the spare nickel samurai costume.
Ah! Then the Nickel Samurai's arm that I saw.
That could have been very well been Miss Andrews. But what about Mr. Ungardi? If you would please recall yesterday's testimony, the defendant was taking a nap during the break period. That's right. Then, finding this figure at Mr. Ungardi's mansion, it was a well-laid trap set by Miss Andrews. Mr. Edgeworth, what is your opinion on this?
I can't even begin to count the flaws in the defense's logic. Besides which, there is no evidence to support it. However, I can't fully discount its possibility either.
What is up this trial? Anyone could go on their bed. The guys with the so hard to get against us on now. Yeah, unbelievable. That's up the penny smart of all things.
This is to save Maya. This is to save Maya. Even though the whole world turns against me, this is one fight I can't give up on. Order! All disruptive parties will be forced to leave the courtroom.
Your Honor? For the benefit of the defense, I'm willing to play along with this what-if game.
This what-if game, Mr. Edgeworth.
The prosecution is prepared to challenge the defense's theory.
Hmm?
Mr. Wright, even if you must have thought it strange and wondered, why would the criminal want this little wooden bear?
He's right. The killer did specially bring that bear to Wingari right away. Why do you ask? Is there something special about it?
Absolutely. And I'm sure that once the court knows its significance, the true killer's identity will become crystal clear. Your Honor, the prosecution calls upon a witness who will clear all doubts against Miss Andrews.
And who would that be?
It's quite simple, Your Honor. Miss Adrienne Andrews herself.
I see. Well then, the court will take a short 10-minute recess. The prosecution will have prepared its witness in that time.
Yes, Your Honor.
The court is adjourned. March 23rd.
Oh, I knew it was a good idea to your office. Don't you agree, Mr. Lawyer? But I never thought in your desperation you'd try to pin the guilt on Adrian.
I swear this demon will pay. Hey. Pearls? Where's Mia?
Don't know. Maria some power suddenly called her away.
A really strong power. Oh,
Oh, Mr. Knight, your phone is.
it's from Gumshoe. How's it going? Have you been hanging in there, pal? Yeah, sort of. We just barely found something to latch onto. Phew, that's good, pal. And what about you? Anything yet? Have you figured out where the killer and Maya are? We still don't have any leads, but... What? We don't have any more time! If we just had one, even a single clue would have been really helpful. I was only able to come this far because I kept thinking to myself, I've got to keep the trial going until Maya's been rescued. But have I just run out of luck this time? Is all of our hope for naught? A tent?
That's you.
Huh? A tent? I can see a circus tent. But Mia! It looks like Maya was unconscious until a few minutes ago. As soon as she woke up, she called for me. So it was Maya that called you anyway. She's locked in a dusty little room right now, but I can see a circus tent outside the window about 300 feet away. Gumshoe, is there a circus in town right now? There's only one, pal. The very big circus. Maya's somewhere within 300 feet radius of the main tent. But what? Okay, hold on a sec, pal. Hey, draw a circle on that map. About 300 feet radius from the main tent. Hurry. And? I can see a mailbox under the window. Gumshoe, there's also a mailbox. Okay, what else? What else, Mia? I'm sorry, but but it was a very small window. I couldn't see anything else. I felt like I was in an old office building, maybe the 3rd floor or so. I heard her, an old office building. Good stuff, pal. Okay, just hang in there. Just a little longer, pal. Wish us luck. Good luck. I'll call you later, so don't let your battery die, okay, pal? Mia, Maya's not hurt, right? She's in a pretty bad state, Phoenix. She's being starved. Gumshoe, please hurry. Looks like we're out of time. Are you alright, Phoenix? It's only a matter of time before Maya's rescued. I can do this. I just have to make the trial last a little longer. I say this is a good time to break here because this trial is very long, and yeah. Next time on Let's badly dub Phoenix Wright, Justice for All, we'll tackle on the next part of this trial. See you guys then.
Arr, arr.